What's up, creepers and geekers? Chris, the Atari Creep. Alright, I don't know why I'm doing that with my eyes. How is everyone doing today? Welcome back to... I almost said the Million Macabre. I haven't done a Million Macabre episode in so long, huh? I think it's about time I fucking got on one. Maybe I have something on its way to me. Maybe I don't. Maybe go fuck yourself. But either way, welcome back to the Movie Loft. We're not going to talk about a movie per se today. I'm going to brief on the origins of this, and I'm being cryptic again. It's in the fucking title, Cobra Kai. We're going to talk about the first two episodes of Cobra Kai. It's a new web series, program, TV show, whatever you want to call it, offered on YouTube Red, and it is based off of the stories told in the original Karate Kid from 1984. Now let's talk about that real quick first. The Karate Kid itself. What a fucking great series of movies. Even the third one. I'm not so much on the fourth one. The only thing about the fourth one I truly enjoy is that it's supposedly in Boston. And, you know, I love that dirty water. Oh, Boston, you're my home. Bow, bow, bow. Okay, enough of that. But the first two, in general, I absolutely love. Not even so much just because they were good movies. And they were great movies. I mean, the first one was handled by the same people who did Rocky. So you know you can't go really too wrong there. It's pretty much the same story. The uprising of a nobody. Daniel LaRusso. I was Daniel LaRusso in a lot of ways. I really was growing up. I was afraid of fucking everything as a little kid. Once I got into junior high and high school, it was a whole different story. I was always striking first, striking high with no mercy, sir. But the movies themselves are actually very special to me. I know for a lot of people, it's just another one of those movies that define the times. You know, it's the early 80s, 84, I believe. The first one came out. And then the second one came out. And to me, they're just a nice little package. The third one, but they define that little time. And it's one of those, oh, yeah, I remember that. That's a, oh, yeah. And, you know, wax on, wax off became part of the idiom here in the States and worldwide. And it was a small phenomenon, not a huge one, but enough to define the time. Now, to me, it was a little more personal. It was one of the very few things my father and I got to bond on. He was a very busy guy. He had a full-time job. He was the VP at a trucking company, which took up a lot of time. He was also a full-time minister, which took up a whole lot of time. So this guy didn't have a lot of time. And unfortunately, we as kids suffered for it, time with our father. But the few times that I personally did get, I cherish to the nines. Love it. And The Karate Kid was one of them. My father absolutely loved it. And anytime it would come on the television, we would just sit and watch it. We went to go see the second one in the theater. We didn't get a chance to do the first one in the theater. That was more of a cable experience. But we watched the second one in the theater a couple of times. My dad would quote Miyagi all the time. Not even the cliche wax on, wax off, paint the fence on the floor. Randomly, he would just walk up to me and say, "Your fear make air stink." He loved Sato. My father wasn't necessarily the villain guy. He always liked the hero. And just something about Sato clicked with him. I don't know, but maybe it was just that line. He just loved telling me my fear make air stink. So to me personally, The Karate Kid itself is an emotional thing. It's not just a nostalgic thing. Good feelings from our childhood watching something cool or just reminiscing back to the 80s. I mean, who can't hear Cruel Summer and not think of The Karate Kid? Side note, it's right here. If you remember correctly, I picked up a bonsai growing kit. I've always wanted to have one for my shelf just to have, I've even toyed around buying one of those plastic ones I don't even feel like dusting it off every fucking couple of weeks. So, never got one. But I saw this when we were at Disney. We were at Epcot, actually, in the Japanese section. And I said, let me give that a shot. Let me spend the $15, give it a shot. And it comes with multiple seeds. And my new plan is not to only just have one for the home, but hopefully I grow enough where I can actually put one on my father's grave down the line. And if it survives there, survives there. If it doesn't, at least I tried. He'll be looking down at me, telling me my fear make air stink still. But that's really all there is to it. But we don't need to talk about all that. Let's talk about the show itself. At least the first two episodes. Because I have not gone further than that. I am about to. I am about to binge and purge. I'm about to take in like a junkie. Going into this, I was kind of nervous. I really wasn't expecting much. I was expecting a lot of, hey, you remember this? A lot of goofy shit. And it was goofy, but it was like toned to the point where it almost seemed necessarily goofy, but not taking it to that next step where it was obnoxious, you know? It didn't take you out of it. The only one thing that kind of bugs me about it, spoilers, if you haven't watched it yet. There's nothing really truly to spoil, but if you recall correctly, at the beginning of part 2 and the ending of part 1, no, the movies, of course, Johnny takes a little bit of a flip. He starts to realize his sensei might not have been the right guy to follow. And you can see it in his eyes when he's telling him to sweep the leg and he's getting the blood off of his nose. He just looks like, this guy's fucking crazy. I can't believe it. And of course, the parking lot scene, which he does reminisce about. And it's kind of important to say that because, again, this is why it took me out of this one part. They're building Johnny up to be the bad guy again. He's the villain. Where you would have thought that's when he turned and, like Darth Vader, was redeemed, you know. You already have, Luke. You already have saved me. I think it kind of takes away from all that to make him the villain again, and maybe there's a larger plan somewhere down the line here within this series that we will find out as we go. But that's probably the only thing that truly, I'm not going to say even bothered me, because it made for an interesting dynamic. They're webbing LaRusso and Lawrence all in this one big pile of shit. You know, you got Johnny, who's been a bum. You got LaRusso's, who's doing well with his dealerships. Their paths cross. And then you kind of have like a homage to the whole Miyagi saving LaRusso, but Johnny saves this other kid from getting beat up by a bunch of people. And it turns out the bad kids are hanging out with LaRusso's daughter, and it's pretty interesting, you know. And of course, guy ends up opening up Cobra Kai again. He's having a little bit of a hard time getting that going, but he's got one flunky, and it's yet to be seen whether or not the kid's going to finally realize that Johnny's a dickhead, or maybe Johnny will turn out to be not so much of a dickhead. From the trailers that I'm seeing going forward, it almost seems like all the rejects from the school, the kids that get picked on, end up at Cobra Kai. So maybe it'll turn in a positive light. With Johnny, we'll see, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't teach the old strike first, strike hard, no mercy, sir. Maybe they won't. Who knows? I haven't seen it yet, and hopefully here pretty soon I'll be able to see it. I'm going to watch the first 2 episodes again, and before I delve into the episodes afterwards. Excuse me for being a little... It's fucking hot in here. It's our first really hot day. It's humid. We're supposed to get some thunderstorms, which I'm excited about. But yeah, that's really it. I wasn't expecting much. I was expecting a lot of cheese, but it was just the right amount of cheese without taking it out of it. And I'm actually really excited to see the rest of this. I didn't think I would be after watching them, but it's looking pretty good. Not super duper. Like, I'm not going to tell everyone to stop what they're doing and go watch it, but it's worth sitting down and watching. And maybe it will click into binging, because the end of the second episode basically is your classic 2 cowboys standing on the street, and it's about to go down. I mean, they're not going to fight right then and there, but it leaves it with one of those saying, all right, it's on. We got our stories out. First episode focused on Johnny. Second one focused on LaRusso. Now we got those stories out, where they are, what's going on, setting up what's coming. And they left it at that. All right, now it's on. So guys, let me know down in the comments below if you've seen it yet. What you think. Do you not care? Because I can see a lot of people not giving a shit about this. I can see a lot of people saying, get the fuck out of here. I ain't watching that stupid shit. But for those who do want to watch it, hopefully I didn't ruin nothing for you. If you haven't watched it yet, I hope you just didn't bother clicking on this until after you at least watched the first couple of episodes. So, guys, let me know in the comments below what you thought of Cobra Kai. I keep wanting to call it the Karate Kid TV series. You remember that cartoon? What a shit show. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below. Go ahead and leave feedback. Thumbs up. Thumbs down. All feedback's positive. Thank you always so much for subscribing. Really do appreciate that you take a little time out of your day to come watch this shit show of a channel. Until next time, guys, creep it real. Take care.